Up to 4,000 Victorian public sector workers will lose their jobs in the next year as Victoria prepares to impose a new charge on businesses and multiple property owners to pay off COVID debt. Victorian political reporter Simon Love has the details.
Borrowing a campaign slogan, the Andrews government is preparing to slash spending and tax big to stabilise soaring debt.
This has been the most difficult budget that I've had to frame.
This is a budget that is mean. It is nasty.
$2.1 billion will be saved by axing between 3,000 and 4,000 public sector jobs within 12 months. The government has stabilised net debt, budgeting it at $135 billion this year to more than $171 billion by 2026, well short of the $200 billion some had predicted. To pay back more than $31 billion spent during the COVID-19 pandemic, there's a 10-year COVID levy, an extra land tax charge of an average $1,300 on 860,000 properties, and extra payroll tax on businesses with a national payroll of more than $10 million a year.
The business is being used as a cash cow.
The government will also abolish stamp duty on commercial and industrial properties from July 1 next year.
We think this is a great initiative.
By then, new property owners can pay a lump sum stamp duty or a 10-year land tax. Once a property's sold, there'll be a 1% land tax on unimproved value.
It'll generate a cumulative increase in the size of the Victorian economy of up to $50 billion.
There's no change to residential properties. In fact, the government expects receipts to grow by $2 billion in 4 years.
It certainly does have some real benefits to it. What we have seen, though, is a horror move to increase land taxes yet again and to reduce the threshold.
The government is also bringing forward the closure of the native timber harvesting industry by 6 years to next year.
The current situation in Victoria's forests is completely unsustainable.
The union wasn't consulted about the decision, nor was any other party within the industry, either the employers or the contractors. So this is another decision that's been driven by Spring Street, which hasn't been tested by people who actually know what they're talking about.
Financial forecasts for Victoria are getting better, and we think there's a little bit more headroom in the AA rating after today's budget.
So while net debt and taxes in Victoria are going up, the Andrews government hopes its ninth budget doesn't hurt Victorians too much.
Well, everyday Victorians who are already struggling are going to be worse off under this budget.
Simon Love, Sky News, Melbourne.